And we are live. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, brothers? What's happening, my brothers? What is happening? My brothers, my brothers, my brothers, it is Thursday night. Thursday night. And this is Thursday night live. Thursday night live. What's going on, brothers? What's going on? I did not plan on going live tonight, but current events have warranted the need to go live tonight. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It is October 21st, 2021. What's happening, my brothers? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? If you can hear me, my brothers, put one in the chat. I see you guys. I see you guys. I want to make sure that you all can hear me loud and clear. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I see you, man. Brothers, we got to talk. We got to talk tonight. I was going to wait. What's up, Mr. GG? What's going on, my brothers? Brother Brandon Penn is in the house. What's happening? What's happening? Pop Smoke, Abuki Cabal, I see you, brother. You blowing up, brother. I want you to keep you doing your thing, brother. Abuki Cabal, brother, you blowing up. Your content is fire, pure fire. What is happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We are live. We are live, bro. Hey, you know Coach the Clinician is in the house. What's happening? You know we got to talk tonight. Coach the Clinician. What's happening, brother? We got to talk tonight. We going live. We got to talk about April Mason, y'all. We got to talk about April Mason, y'all. Y'all see the title up in here. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, Brandon, man. I appreciate you, brother. We got it. We going live. We doing this thing tonight. We doing this thing. Black Independent Style. BMI is in the house. BMI is in the house. What's going on, brothers? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to give a shout out to the BMO brothers, the Black Man's Option right up in here. Y'all see this? Y'all see this insignia right here? This is Mr. Charles Tyler. This is Mr. Charles Tyler, BMO, the Black Man's Option. The Black Man's Option. That is right. Look here, let me tell y'all something, brothers. As the days go by, our ideas, our ideology is affirmed, it is reinforced as the weeks, the months, the years go by. Everything that we are doing in the Black manosphere is being confirmed, it is being solidified, it is being strengthened by what is happening with respect to the sisterhood, of failure, the sisterhood of failure, the failed sisterhood in terms of its relationship to the Black masculine order. The Black manosphere is up in here, baby. That's right. I'm glad to see y'all tonight. Oh my God, we got to talk about April Mason, brothers. We got to talk about April Mason. Oh, sexy, fine April Mason. Y'all know she's sexy. She's sexy. She fine. Yeah, man, she fine, man. She 46 years old. April Mason is 46 years old. She's a fine woman, man. She's a good-looking Black woman. She takes care of herself. I got to give it to her, man. Y'all go to her Instagram page. Hey, If you guys have not gone to her Instagram page, y'all need to go over to April Mason's Instagram page and look at that sister, man. Look at her, man. Chick, man, she 46 years old. To my understanding, she's been married. She's a mother of 3. April Mason is a mother. She got 3 kids. Her kids are grown. They are full grown. She got full-grown kids who are out the house. She's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She comes out of Atlanta, Georgia. She comes out of that, that area, whatever. She's not a native. From my understanding, she's from California. She's not a native of Atlanta, Georgia, but she's one of those people, one of those black people who decided to migrate over to Atlanta to go into the South in order to do her business. And I have to give her props, man. I'm gonna tell y'all, I have to give this sister props. This ain't no hate tonight. I'm not gonna hate on April Mason, but we got to talk about her and what she means. Thank you, JB, Mega Montana, for that. Thank you. Yeah, man, she's one of those black people. April Mason is one of those black people who decided to go to Atlanta in order to do business, to expand her business and everything. And she has turned out to be a very, very prosperous and successful and influential business woman. And I have seen this woman for quite a bit of time. I have followed her on social media. At one time, she and I were Facebook friends. At one time. At one time, we were Instagram friends. At one time, we were on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But we got to talk about this thing tonight and what everybody is talking about in the Black manosphere with respect to the sisterhood. The sisterhood. What's going on, brothers? What's going on? I see you, BGS. I see you, BGS Ibmore. BGS Ibmore is in the house. That's right, man. Yeah, we're going to talk about this high value thing. And we're going to talk about what she thinks, what her perceptions are of high value men and what she plans to do in relationship to high value men. Oh, we're going to have fun tonight. Yeah, y'all just, hey, man, we're going to have a good time, man. We're going to have us a good time tonight. Let me go back to what I was saying, man. April Mason is fine. She's a good-looking woman. She take care of herself. I'm going to tell you something, brothers. April Mason, she won the genetic. April Mason won the genetic lottery. April Mason won the genetic lottery. I'm going to put that out there. And I'm going to say this to you, my brothers, all you brothers who are here and are subscribers, and y'all like the chat. Y'all like the stream. Y'all share the stream and everything. If you get value in the stream, man, send me a super chat, man. Send me a super sticker. If you like this stream, if you find value in the stream, hit me up on Cash App, $, BMI 3000, Cash App, $, BMI 3000, BMI 3000, and there's the PayPal Ronald B. Neal, PayPal Ronald B. Neal. We all know April Mason. We all know her. And I'm going to tell y'all why we know her, because we grew up with her. We know it. She's 46 years old. And it's funny. It'll be interesting if I had a conversation with her. My last stream, I talked about the perils of having certain black women come into black men's spaces. I talked about the perils of certain black women coming into black men's spaces who will come in and just crap on black men. But I would talk to, and I was talking particularly about Erica Williams. And Erica Williams is radically different from an April Mason. Erica Williams is radically different from an April Mason. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all that straight up. And y'all know that. April Mason was that chick. who had everybody's heads turned. Y'all know that. Y'all know that April Mason. You guys who are in your 40s, you guys who are in your 30s, you guys who are in your 20s, you remember if you lived in an all-black environment, or if you were around lots of people coming up, black men and black women, especially during the days when things were not as bifurcated, things were not as separated and segregated as they are now. You all know, she was that chick. She was that chick that we couldn't touch. She was that it was untouchable. I'm 48, she's 46 years old. Okay. She was that chick. People been talking about older men and young women, older men and young women. She was that chick who was chosen by older men. She was that chick who was chosen by older men. Yeah, what do I mean by that? So when she was 16, and I'm not talking specifically about her life in particular, but I'm talking about the phenomenon of the young chick, the young woman who had that biological advantage over everybody else. Everybody wanted to holler at her. Everybody wanted to get at her. She was that chick. Okay. All right. And the older dudes, the dudes who were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years older than her, those were the dudes that she dealt with. And she dealt with those dudes. Y'all know what time it is. She dealt with those dudes, okay? And by the time that she was 18 years old, she had one baby. By the time that she was 21 years old, she had 2 babies. By the time that she was 25 years old, she had 3 babies. And she had 3 babies, not from one dude, not from 2 dudes, but she had three different dudes. Woo! Everybody want to get at her, man. Everybody want to get at her. Now, I'm not talking about April Mason in particular, but we're talking about a particular type of archetype. And the reason, my brothers, the reason why I'm talking about this is because we got to put a context around all this stuff. You got to put a context around all this stuff because April Mason is not your run-of-the-mill BW. April Mason is not your run-of-the-mill BBW. Okay? From what I know about her, she was a single mother. She became a single mother as a teenager. She was a single. April Mason grew up hard. Y'all know that. Y'all go back on her Instagram. April Mason, she talks about it. April Mason grew up hard. She grew up hard, man. You know what I'm saying? And she managed to get out of all of that hardness. She managed to rise out of all that single motherhood, all of that stuff, and to make something out of her life, All right. I got to give April Mason her props. And she is an exception. That's what I want to put out there to everybody, brother. She is an exception. I've met women like her all throughout the course of my life. I've even right now, as I look at 50, I've encountered women who are now in their late 40s, who are in their 50s, in their mid 50s, and they have children, and they were just like her. And these women still look good. These women, they won the genetic lottery, all right? Some of them put effort to maintain how they look and everything like that, but others, they're just genetically inclined. They've never had a problem with men. They have never had a problem with attracting men. Men have always flocked to them. They have always wanted to be with them, okay? So it is obvious. I ain't got to tell y'all that this woman right here is a little bit different. but I don't want to spend too much time talking about her exceptionalism, brothers. I don't want to spend too much time talking about her exceptionalism and all that kind of stuff. She has a good demeanor. She has a good disposition. She has a decent spirit. Okay, but the reality is that April Mason has been touched and she has been programmed by the same forces. She got the same microchip behind her ear. She got the same microchip behind her ear as a lot of these sisters. Thank you, my brother. My brother Campbell, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, my brother. Thank you for that, my brother. There's super chat. There's super chat. Oh my God. And April Mason, she been out there for a number of years, 10 years to her own admission. And I've seen her coaching black women. Y'all know y'all got this femininity movement out here. Femininity. Have y'all Look here, hey. Listen, brothers, you got women who are in their darn 30s. She 31, 32, 33 years old. She didn't grow up with a man in her household. She did not grow up with a father. She did not grow up around strong men. She did not grow up with men who were imbued with black male independence. She never learned anything about the fair exchange between a man and a woman. She never learned anything about traditional femininity, never learned anything about that, my brothers. And here she is right now. She bought into, what did she buy into, my brothers? She bought into the strong and independent black woman psychology, ideology, religion, and mythology. She went to college. She became a professional. She worked. She bought a house. She drives a nice car, whatever. She spends all of her money on her clothes, her bags and shoes, and all that kind of stuff. She got fake nails. She got fake eyelashes. She got a whole bunch of fake stuff. But here she is at the age of 35 by herself and single. By herself. No man has proposed to her. No man has decided to make her his own and to create a life with her. And if no man has not proposed to her, she did not have the wisdom, she did not have the smarts or intelligence enough to hook up with those series of men when she was 21, men when she was 22, men when she was 25, men when she was 28 years old, men who wanted to invest in her. She did not have the wherewithal to cast her lots with those men because she believed that she could do better. She believed that she can go out there and do better. 29 years old. She done rejected John. She done rejected Leroy. She done rejected Tyrone. She done rejected James. She done rejected Trent. She done rejected a whole bunch. She done rejected Brian. She done rejected a whole bunch of men. Thank you, my brother Charles Rich Jr. for that super chat, 1999. Thank you, my brother. She rejected a whole bunch of men in her 20s who were good for her, valuable men. And now she is. Now here she is. Now here she is. Now here she is. Thank you, Philip Jameson. Now here she is, 35 years old, and her pool has dried up. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Her pool has dried up. Y'all know what it is. I'm gonna tell you, y'all know they are right. The wall is undefeated. The wall is done undefeated. You know, the white boys. It was the white boys, the white males of the manosphere. They the ones who created the nomenclature of the wall. And them jokers were right. Now, they ain't right because they put a name on it. They're not right because they put a name on it. Okay, all right. I mean, they right because it's a phenomenon that is real. That is real. If You, as a woman, do not take advantage of that window. If you don't take advantage of that window between the age of 18 and 27, 18 and 27, to scoop up that man you're going to live a life with, you're going to be ish out of luck once you go past the age of 25. That's what the wall is all about. That's what the wall is all about. Thank you, Mr. Tim Howard. Thank you, my brothers. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for that super chat, my brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. The wall is undefeated. So what do you do, brothers? What do? You got a bunch of women who are over the age of 30, 35 years old, 36 years old, 37 years old. No one is scooping them up. No one is knocking down their door, and they trying to figure out what they're going to do and how they can level up and all that kind of stuff. And something in them says that they're doing something wrong. And here comes April Mason. Here comes April Mason, the femininity coach. Here comes the femininity coach. I'm going to teach you everything that your grandmama should have taught you. That's the femininity coach. I'm going to teach you everything that your mama should have taught you. I'm going to teach you everything that women should have taught you. Women of the past, women from the past, women who had husbands, women who had families, women who had, quote unquote, common sense. I'm going to teach you everything that you did not get from them. I'm going to do it in a course. She's going to teach you in the course, brother. I'm going to teach you in the course. I'm going to give you a 5-week course. I'm going to give you a 10-week course. I'm going to give you a 3-month course for you to sign up to and learn about femininity so that you can get the man of your dreams, the man that you want. That's April Mason. You know what the stream is? What's up, brothers? Y'all know the stream. Y'all know the stream. The stream says here, the title of the stream is April Mason and Black Men. We've heard it all before. April Mason and Black Men. We have heard it all before. And what April Mason did was be a part of this economy. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all had Iyanla Van Zandt. Iyanla Van Zandt was out there trying to help these women. Oh, Iyanla is old as dust. She's old as pixie dust out there since the 1990s. Iyanla Van Zandt, since the 1990s, out here trying to fix these women, trying to fix the sisterhood, fix them. You have her. You got Crystalline Kerosene, the girl who swirls, or the girl who used to swirl. Crystalline Kerosene, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you for that super chat. SL7EVN, thank you, my brother. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the blood love. Y'all share the stream. Y'all share the stream. Y'all like and y'all subscribe. Share the stream. Hit that cash at BMI $sign BMI 3000 BMI 3000 PayPal Ronald B. Neal. Yeah, brothers. Y'all got it. Crystalline Kerosene, she was out there trying to save these women, trying to tell them they can hop across the fence and they can find them a better man and everything, that they can do stuff that they have not been socialized to do. She has not been successful with Black men. She has had corrosive, toxic, and negative relations with Black men. She hadn't even developed skills to function correctly and productively with Black men. But now she wants to jump over the fence. She wants to go over there with Brad. She want to go over there with Chad and them. She want to go to an entire white society, an entire white patriarchy, and think that somehow or another she gonna be able to be successful with them white males. And let me be clear, I don't care about no interracial dating. I don't care. All you Black women out there, all you Black women out there who are trying to get out there, you want you a white man, you want you an Elon Musk, Yeah, I get it. You want Leonardo DiCaprio. You got these black women. They out there. They really want them a Leonardo DiCaprio. All right. All I have to say to you is this, dear sister. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. You're gonna be lucky if you mess around and get you Mr. Basic Brad. Basic, nerdy, corny Brad. The Brad that white women don't want. She gonna get her a Brad. She gonna get her a Brad that Becky don't want. Okay? She gonna get her a Brad that Karen doesn't want. She gonna get her a basic Brad, and if she's able to get that basic Brad, she gonna flaunt Brad all over the world and say that she done leveled up. What's up, brothers? What's up, brothers? It is Thursday night live. It is Thursday night live. We are in the house. My brothers, I could not resist. Coming on YouTube and talking about all of that. And then you have Rebecca Lynn Pope. Then you got Rebecca Lynn Pope, my brothers. Y'all know Rebecca Lynn Pope. She a good-looking woman too, ain't she? Y'all know Rebecca. Rebecca Lynn Pope, she a good-looking woman. She in her 50s. You know what I'm saying? She was, she had those model looks and all that kind of stuff. She married to a pastor. She's in Atlanta too and everything. And, she was out there with the ballers. She was out there with the shot callers, and she was honest. She was honest about that and everything. You know what I'm saying? And, she's Christian, and she believes in the Lord, and she believes in prayer, and she believes in miracles, and she believes that God can make it possible for these women. And what she wanted to do, because she was so tired of seeing all of these single black women, that's what you get, brothers. That's what you get. You get these women, and you've seen them, man. You've seen them. I've had these women in my life, man. You got these black women who never had problems with men. You have these black women who have never, ever had problems with men. They look around them and they see that they are in the league by themselves. They see that there are only a small segment of women who are able to secure marriages and what have you. And deep down in their souls, because they are a part of the sisterhood, deep down in their souls, they don't quite feel right. It's like, you know what? My sisters need to have everything that I have. I live in abundance. I live in prosperity. The Lord has been good to me. Jesus has been good to me. Hallelujah. Thank the Lord. And I want my sisters to be just as blessed as I am. And what she does, she goes out there and she becomes a matchmaker. She becomes a matchmaker trying to reunite or unite women with men. But what happened to Rebecca Lynn Pope? What happened to Iyanla Vanzant? What has happened to Crystalline Carrison, the girl who used to swirl, the woman who was once married to a white man who was no longer married? Everything that happened to them has now beset April Mason. All of it. All of it has beset April Mason. And guess what? My brothers? Guess what? They have only confirmed everything that we have said in the Black manosphere. They have only confirmed everything that we have said about this sisterhood. And they are utopian, unrealistic, bizarre, outrageous, expectations when it comes down to men. You got these women out here who really believe that they are entitled to a Barack Obama. And y'all know I'm not a big fan of Obama. They really believe that they are entitled to a Russell Wilson. They really believe that they are entitled to Michael B. Jordan. Brothers, you got Lizzo. Lizzo. Oh, big old Lizzo. 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 Oh, Lizzo. Lizzo is convinced. Y'all hear me, brothers? Lizzo is convinced that she got a chance with Michael B. Jordan. Now, I know that she been on Instagram trying to shoot her shot with white males. But what she's been doing with these white males, it applies to dudes like Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is a megastar, a superstar, a super entertainer. Michael B. Jordan trains with the Navy SEALs, brothers. What's going on, brothers? I see y'all in the house. Michael B. Jordan trains. Y'all hear me now? I want y'all to hear me now. In order to look good on film, in order to look good on film, in order to be a heartthrob, in order to be the next Denzel Washington, Michael B. Jordan trains with the Navy SEALs. And Lizzo believes, she thinks that a dude who busts his butt to be a high caliber superstar who trains with the Navy SEALs is a man that she deserves. She thinks that she deserves Michael B. Jordan. And it ain't just Lizzo. It ain't just Lizzo. It's a whole bunch of people in their sisterhood. They are in their sisterhood who believe that they are entitled to Michael B. Jordan. And y'all know that. And they feel a certain kind of way. They feel a certain kind of way when the paparazzi sneaks up on Michael B. Jordan at a party, or when the paparazzi sneaks up on Michael B. Jordan when he is out vacationing and he got somebody on his arm. He got somebody on his arm who does not look like them. Michael B. Jordan has a Latina on his arm, a bad Latina, a fine Latina, a supermodel Latina on his arm. Michael B. Jordan got a Becky on his arm. Michael B. Jordan has Marlene. He got him an Asian woman on his arm. And they feel some kind of way about it. They feel some kind of way. All right? She thinks that she is entitled. She thinks that she needs to be the one that's on his arm. Even though she got an attitude, she has a disposition. She's been programmed by her mama. She's been programmed by her sister. She's been programmed by her aunties. She's been programmed by a whole bunch of women to not respect Michael B. Jordan, to not respect him. She's been programmed by them. But April Mason, let's get to it, brothers. April Mason has called it quits. April Mason has called it quits. She says she's not going to coach or train these women anymore. And she has confirmed everything that we have said in this sphere, in this space, about the belligerence, about the combativeness, about the negative attitudes and the negative energy the lack of investment, the lack of preparation, the lack of so many things that you find in the sisterhood that makes them inappropriate, that makes them people who are not candidates. They are not candidates for the quote unquote high status man or quote unquote high status men. They're not candidates for the creme de la creme. They are not candidates for the top 20%. They are not candidates for the top 10%. And it just is what it is. It is what it is. Bad attitudes. She doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't go to the gym. She doesn't exercise. She doesn't drink water. She doesn't work out. She doesn't care about her appearance. She goes to church. She goes to church. She goes to church. And when she goes to church, her pastor tells her that these men need to accept you just as you are. These men need to accept you just as you are. And if these men don't accept you just as you are, then it's something wrong with the men. Ain't nothing wrong with you. These men, if you come in with 3, 4, 5 kids or what have you, they supposed to accept all that kind of stuff. If you are coming and you have if you got exorbitant consumer debt, y'all hear me? If you have exorbitant student loan debt, she is in the hole, brothers. These professional women are in the hole in terms of debt. $50,000 in student loans, $70,000 in student loans, $100,000 in student loans, $150,000 in student loans, $200,000 in student loans. And she is bringing that to the quote unquote high status men. Y'all let that sink in right there. Y'all let that sink in right there. Not only is she over her head in student loan debt, she is over her head in mortgage debt. I'm not going to stop talking about this. I'm not going to stop talking about this. These women, y'all don't be, we all know it. She drives a Mercedes. She drives a Lexus. She drives a luxury car. She dresses very fly. She lives in a big house. By all appearances, man, she looks like she is a boss chick. But when you get close up to her and you start asking questions about her situation, her financial situation, that woman is in a hole, a very deep hole. And here she is at the age of 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. She really wants to be rescued. That's a lot of the part of it. She really wants somebody to help her get out of all this debt. That's when she got all this debt that she done accumulated. Credit cards, student loans, mortgage, et cetera, and she needs somebody to help her get out that debt. And April Mason realized she can't do anything with these women. She can't do anything with them. She can't do anything. April Mason can't do anything with these women now. They don't want to self-improve. They don't feel like they have to self-improve. American society has totally, thoroughly brainwashed these women to really believe that they can have this fantasy life. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. That's the first part of what we're doing right here. But here's the thing. April Mason says, what's going on, brothers? Y'all like the stream, man. Y'all like the stream. Y'all, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to like. All you folks who have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and everything. Hit the Cash App. $BMI 3000, BMI 3000, Cash App, $3000, BMI, $3000, PayPal, Ronald B. Neal. So here's the thing. April Mason says she closing down shop. She is closing down shop, but now she is going to begin the process of initiating a new adventure, or a new venture. Now, instead of talking to women and trying to help women, quote unquote, level up, helping them get a high value man. Listen, brothers, y'all got it. Some of y'all are already there with me. Now, instead of talking to women, April Mason wants to talk to black men. In one instance, she coached, or she's ending her coaching business with women, but now she wants to flip. Now she wants to go in a different direction and coach men. She wants to coach black men. She wants to help black men who are high value. She wants to help black men who are high status. She wants to help black men who have made investments in this world, black men who have built themselves up, black men who are judicious, black men who are disciplined, black men who have their stuff together. Now she wants to go over and she wants to coach these men and help these men secure the women that they want. And brothers, I looked at her Instagram and I looked at her Facebook and I saw what she said about that. And I had to stand back. I had to sit back just like this, my brothers. And I had to say to myself, if this ain't the biggest crock of ish that I've ever heard, this is a bunch of, I'm not going to curse on YouTube. I'm really close to cussing right here, brothers. I'm really close to cussing right here. I really am, my brothers. But I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to use profanity. I'm not going to use any profanity. But y'all see the expression on my face right here. Y'all see that? Y'all know I'm an expressive man. I'm an expressive scholar. I'm an expressive, educated black man, and I let this stuff out, brothers. I left this stuff out. She wants to take her Gucci boots. She wants to take her Gucci boots, and she wants to step across the other line, and she want to talk to men. She want to help men. Now, what is the problem with that, brothers? What is the problem with that? What is the problem with that? I'm going to tell you what the problem is, my brothers. And I said this in my last stream. I'm going to tell you what the problem with that is. Do you know what the problem with that is, my brothers? Do you know what the problem with all of that is, my brothers? Thank you, Casual Observer, for that. Thank you for the cash apps. Brothers, you know what the problem is? Is that we've heard it all before. We've heard it all before. We've heard it all before. What will April Mason say to black men in 2021? What will April Mason say to black men in 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and so on? What will she say to black men that black men have not already heard? What's she gonna tell us? What's she gonna tell us? What's she gonna tell black men? What's she gonna tell a high status man? Y'all sitting up here, I'm a high status man. And that's why I'm here, my brothers. That's why I'm here talking to y'all. I'm a high status man. Yeah. What's she gonna tell? What's she gonna tell black men? What's she gonna tell black men that black men have not heard? That they have not heard from their mamas? What's she gonna tell black men that they have not heard from their sisters, biological sisters? What is she gonna tell black men that black men have not heard from their aunts? What is she gonna tell black men that black men have not heard from other black women? Black women in their professions. What's she gonna tell black men? Thank you, got them going for that. What's she gonna tell black men that those black men who have gone to church or still in church, what's she gonna tell them that they have not heard from women in the churches? What is she gonna tell black men that black men have not heard from those women who belong to sororities? The Deltas, the AKAs, the Zetas. What is she gonna tell black men that black men have not heard from black women who have law degrees? Black women who work for law firms who are lawyers. Black women who do corporate law. Black women who do family law. Black women who do criminal law. What's she gonna tell black men that those women have not already told them? What's she gonna tell black men that black women who work in media, black women who have worked for Essence magazine, black women who have worked for Ebony magazine in their heyday, that black women who write for the Griot, that black women who write for the Root, for black women who are all across, black women who are on MSNBC, who are on the CBS and ABC. Hell, what's she gonna say to black men that the black women that you found, who once found, Maria Taylor? What's she gonna tell black men that the Maria Taylor types, the woman who was once at ESPN, who is now over at NBC? What's she gonna tell black men that women like that have not already told black men? What's she gonna tell black men that the feminists have not already told black men? What's she gonna do? And you can look at the music. What's she gonna say to black men that Mary J. Blige hasn't already said? What's she gonna say that Keisha Cole hasn't already said? What's she gonna say that Monica hasn't already said? That Brandy hasn't already said? What's she gonna say that Fantasia hasn't already said? We can go about. I'm calling them out from the 1990s from what Escape hasn't already said. What Destiny Child. What's she gonna say to black men that Destiny's Child hasn't already said? What Beyonce, Queen B, what's she gonna say to black men that Beyonce has not said to black men? What's she gonna say to black men that Michelle Obama has not already said to black men? Brothers, we've heard it all before. We've heard it all before. And you know what's so interesting, brother? She got on her Instagram, she talked about being at an event, man. She went to this event. Rick Ross, shout out to Rick Ross. Rick Ross sponsored an event in Atlanta, an exclusive event. And according to her, it was an event where you had to pay. You had to pay for admission. She said that Rick Ross, the rapper, sponsored an event in Atlanta where he had a whole bunch of people, business people and other people gather, and they had to pay for admission, and it cost $25,000. It cost $25,000 to enter into this event. These are her words, not mine. Her words, not mine. Go to her Instagram, and she talks about it right there. And she talked about going to that event just to get inside the space so that she could talk to these high-level men. And she's sitting up here on Instagram talking to these women and telling them about the need for them to get in the room with these so-called high-status, high-value men. And she went on to talk about how these high-status, these men that she knows who are having troubles or difficulties with women, black men. These are mainly black men. Apparently, they're having a hard time getting men who are in the upper percentiles. And as she talking, my brothers, as she talking, that's right, Sunshine Anderson. That's where I got the song from, Sunshine Anderson. Thank you, Miles. Sunshine Anderson. That's it. Sunshine. I heard it all before. And I'm listening to her talk, brothers, and I'm like, do you actually think that these men need your help? Do you really, and it's kind of, and I'm like, who are these men? She's sitting up here talking about men. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry, man. I got to give a shout out to Alan Roger Curry. April Mason was sitting up here talking like she's Alan Roger Curry. She started talking. If y'all never read Alan Roger Curry's book, The Beta Male Revolution, y'all familiar with Alan Roger Curry, The Beta Male Revolution and stuff? You know, Alan Roger Curry, the dating coach and stuff like that. She's up here talking like she's Alan Roger Curry. And she's up here talking as though these men don't know, they don't know their butts from their penises. And because they don't know their butts from their penises, they're having a hard time with women. And they need to be coached on how to get women. Brothers, this has to be the most ludicrous proposition that anyone can make. I want y'all to hear me, brothers. I want y'all to hear me. You have to be a fool. If you're a black man, you got to be a fool. I mean, you got to be a real fool to really be convinced that if you having some issues with women, that the best way to resolve the issues, the best way to improve your situation with women is to get advice from another woman. Hit the likes, brothers. Y'all hit the likes. I want y'all to get this. You got to be insane. You talking to this black woman. She's 46 years old right now. She ain't married now. She ain't married. Now, here's the other thing. Right now, she's not married. She was on Instagram Live talking about how she dates, and she just date.
they go from man to man, date from man to man, date to man. She sounded like your regular BW. She sounds like your regular BW. I'm just dating, and I've dated this high value, and I've dated that high value man, and I've dated this high value man, and I've dated that high value man. But guess what, honey? You ain't been chosen by a high value man at the age of 46. But you want to teach these high value men, you want to teach these high status men strategies, tactics, ideas on how to secure a black woman. And here's what I'm going to say to you, brothers. I say, women, there's a good number of women out there on YouTube right now. This is a new trend. Here's another trend, brothers. Brothers, we got women out here on YouTube. There's a woman she's from France. There's a woman on France on YouTube. Her name is Melanie Monaco or something like that. Melanie Monaco. She's pretty. She look good. There's a woman on YouTube called Melanie Monaco. She's an artist. She's a hip hop artist. She looks like she's about in her 30s. And she creates a whole bunch of videos geared towards men to try to help men improve their situation with women. and trying to help men to do that. And here's the problem. Women don't date women unless she's a lesbian. Women do not date women unless she's a lesbian. And you should only get advice from a woman who dates women who's a lesbian. She got to be a lesbian now, who's honest about dating women. If she's not honest, you can talk to a lesbian. You talk to a lesbian. You talk to a butch lesbian. If you meet a butch lesbian who is honest, a butch lesbian who dates feminine women, who is honest. I've met some of them who is honest about dating women. You might be able to get some game from them. But if you are a heterosexual woman and you trying to give heterosexual men advice on how to deal with heterosexual women, you are somebody who is completely out of your league, because you don't deal with women. You don't date women. You don't have intimacies with women. You don't live with women. You don't have women in close proximity to you in a romantic relationship. And so you don't have real knowledge about the dynamics between a man and a woman. You just don't. You are just a bystander. You are just out there. And see, what's going to happen is you're going to give a man some gynocentric stuff. You're going to give a man some stuff that's going to put her, the woman, above you, that's going to put her in a place where she has leverage over you. And that's just what's going to happen. And I'm gonna tell you, brother, that's why I say it's a crock. It's a crock of stuff. It's a crock. I want to curse, but I'm gonna say it's a crock of stuff. You never ever take romantic advice from a woman. Never. I don't care. You brothers listen to me. I think y'all know that. Y'all smart enough. You wouldn't be in the manosphere if you weren't smart enough to know this. But I'm gonna say this again. Never, ever, 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 ever take romantic advice from a woman. Never. Never. Now, if she is smart in terms of business, if you got a woman who's in business, you got a woman who's in law, if you need some knowledge, in some area of life that has nothing to do with romantic sexual dynamics, and you meet a woman who is in that arena, she can be in real estate, she could be something else. If you meet a woman who's in real estate and she done made millions and millions of dollars in real estate, and real estate is her thing, she can teach you some things. She can teach you some things, brothers. If you meet a woman in finance and accounting and she's been in that industry for decades and years and she's a professional and she gonna talk to you about finance and accounting and ain't got nothing to do with male-female dynamics, all right, you can get some game from her. But you know, you can't get no game. This is some real stuff right here, brothers. You cannot get no game. You cannot get any insight on marriage. You can't get any insight on anything from a woman, a heterosexual woman who has not been in romantic relationships with another woman or women, or who does not have a history of romance with women. You just can't do it. And that's it. That's right, Cortez. That's right, Cortez. She's just like Erica Williams. That's the problem. That's the problem. That you want to give men all this advice on what they can do and all that kind of stuff. That's crazy. These men don't need her. These men do not need her. And men, and I feel sorry for my perspective is that a man who goes to a female dating coach, he got some issues. A man who got to sit down and talk with a female dating coach and got to sort stuff out with women, that man got some serious issues. He got some issues that's beyond dating. He got some real deep psychological issues that need to be dealt with. You might need to go see a therapist or something. You got some stuff in there. I'm inclined to say that you got some deep beta male, blue pill programming that you got to be liberated from. You got some deep programming that you got to be liberated from. April Mason has nothing to tell or to say to black men, especially black men of that caliber. And see, what April Mason doesn't understand is that, the internet has changed everything. So we talk to each other. We compare notes and all this kind of stuff. Men talk to each other. The barbershop, the digital barbershop is alive. We don't need to talk to women about women. We don't have to. See, we doing what we're doing right now is not radically different from what the women did back in the 80s and the 70s. And I give them props. Them women in the 80s and the 70s, they got game. They got real game. What they did in the 70s and the 80s is they got together and they started comparing notes and they started creating strategies on how they could exercise leverage over men. And many men were completely oblivious to what was happening. And before you know it, you got a whole bunch of men who are crying and destitute because of child support, divorce, alimony, and all those other things. But fast forward to the 21st century, we communicating with each other. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's cross-class. We got cross-class communication. So we have men who are so-called high status. You got the so-called high status men who are communicating across digital spaces with men who don't have high status. So you got men who are in the middle income and who are upper income on the internet. They're talking to men who are lower income. They're talking to men who have different backgrounds. And we're comparing notes. And we're seeing similarities and we're seeing differences and that sort of thing. So what is it? Why do we need April Mason? Why do you need a female dating coach? Why? Don't need a female dating coach. Now, the one thing that she's not doing, what I don't see her doing, she's not taking, even though it's already been done, but she's not taking the Shahrazad Ali route. You want to talk to men? Remember Shahrazad Ali? The Black Woman's Guide to Understand, the Black Man's rather, the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Now, if she is willing to make herself disfavorable, if she is willing to make herself disfavorable to the sisterhood and to expose the sisterhood secrets, to expose the sisterhood tactics to these men, that's an entirely different story, brothers. If that's the kind of conversation that she wants to have, okay, that's cool. If you want to go that Shahrazad Ali route and you really want to talk about these tactics and you really, really, really want to expose the underside of male-female dynamics and the female's role in that underside, if you're investing in that, then that's the kind of conversation that you can have with men, especially the quote unquote high value, high status men. Other than that, my brothers, you're wasting time. Other than that, my brother, she is wasting a Black man's time. And brothers, that too, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out, my brothers. I don't see how it's going to work out. Because we've heard it all before, brothers. We've heard it all before, my brothers. You've heard it. Black women don't have any more to say to Black men about relationships. They don't have anything else to say about relationships, brothers. If you've studied this stuff like many of us have, like I have, if you study this stuff from an academic perspective, if you studied it and you've looked at popular culture and you looked at history, if you read their books, the books that they're putting out right now, if you look at their blog, or whatever, the post on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, listen, man, Gen Z, y'all see the Gen Z? Gen Z. You see these Gen Z women who are out here right now on social media. They regurgitating the same stuff that their mama said 50 years ago. And y'all see Kevin, shout out to Kevin Samuels. How many Gen Zs have showed up on Kevin Samuels' show? How many Gen Zs have showed up on his platform only to expose, once he asks certain questions, only to expose the extent to which they have been brainwashed by their mothers, by their grandmothers, by their older sisters, by their aunts, by women in their family, only to expose their indoctrination. It happens over and over and over and over and over again. You got a 20-something, 21-year-old female woman come on Kevin Samuels' show, and she talks about men as though she is a 50-year-old woman, as though she's been married not once, but twice, not twice, 3 times, as though she's been a mother of 3, 4, 5 children or what have you, as though she has dated the gamut of Black men. She's dated Black men at the lowest end of the spectrum, and she has dated Black men at the highest end of the spectrum. 20 some years old, 22 years old, 23 years old, 24 years old, on his program, night after night, night after night, night after night. And everything that she gets, all of the propaganda she done got from some older woman in her family, some failed woman, the failed sisterhood. And what does that tell you, brothers? That tells you that they have nothing else to say to Black men. If you got a 22-year-old young black woman who has the same conversation as a 45-year-old woman, black woman, and their talking points about black men are the exact same, full of negativity and pathology, what you have is complete, utter failure. That is failure. So what they going to say to us? What is April Mason going to say? April Mason, 46 years old, no husband, no husband. She blocked me. She blocked me. April Mason blocked me on Instagram. She blocked me years ago because I asked her, I said, well, where your husband, where your man at? I asked her where her man is. She was talking about having success with men. I went on one of her posts one time, and she's one of her lives years ago talking about men in her life, and I mean men and women and men and stuff like that. I'm like, where your man at? Why you hiding? You don't have no problems with men. Why you hiding your man? Where your man at? You telling these women to level up and get a man, you should be able to show and prove. You should be able to show and prove. It's almost like a pimp. Think about this, brothers. It's almost like a pimp talking about his O's, his 304s. Think about this. Think about a pimp, dog. Think about this, man. Are you going to listen to a pimp who don't have no 304s? You got a pimp, he all by himself. He called himself a pimp. He say, I'm a pimp and I pimp this and I pimp that. And he ain't got no women. He ain't got no stable. A pimp without a stable. And he want to sell, and he trying to tell you about women and all that kind of stuff. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, brother love, brotherly love. Thank you, 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 thank you. You out here trying to tell these men, tell these women about leveling up, and you ain't got, and you can't show your goods, show your work. Like Kevin say, show your work, man, show your work. Hey, you don't want to show your work. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's hilarious, brothers. It is hilarious. It is comical. It is laughable, the idea of these women out here. And I told y'all, man, you got a good number. This is the new trend, because they know, here's the thing, brothers. They know that their business model no longer, it doesn't work. Their business model doesn't work. So to check this out, brother. So April Mason even said this, man. She said, like, she got out of business. She had to quit, right? Because black women were mad because they were not getting a return on their investments. They were not getting a return on their investments. Okay? They were buying her courses, buying her products, and nothing was happening in their lives. Absolutely nothing was happening in her lives. And she said she had black women calling her business office, calling her customer service people, cussing them out because they want their money back. What's going on, Xavier? What's happening, my brothers? She's cussing these. She got customers, man. She got disgruntled customers, disgruntled black women calling her office with anger, with belligerence, with vitriol. They calling her office wanting their money back. They want their money back. Because they're not getting, because Lizzo cannot get Michael B. Jordan. That's why. Lizzo was mad. Lizzo went, listen, brothers, Lizzo went to an April Mason seminar. She paid a whole bunch of money for it. She signed up for some courses and everything. She spent $10,000 on April Mason. And 3 months later, Lizzo is knocking on the door. Lizzo was calling April Mason. She wants some money back. She wants some money back. She wants some investment back because Michael B. Jordan ain't checking for her. Woo! That's it. Michael B. Jordan ain't checking for her. Want the money back. And so April Mason is tired of that. She is tired of that. Rebecca Lynn Pope, y'all saw Rebecca Lynn Pope. Rebecca Lynn Pope put that video out 2 years ago on why she was quitting the matchmaking business. It's still up. That video was still up. That video, she has not taken it down. She has not taken it down. Even though that video has been weaponized against her, she has not taken that video down. It's got millions and millions of views. I'm sure she makes good money off that video. She makes good money off of that video. She ain't taking it down. That video makes money for her. She is not taking it down. She said she had to get out of the business. She had to get out of the business. And it's confirmed it. It's confirmed everything. They didn't want to listen to us. That's the big thing, brothers. They did not want to listen to us. For more than 50 years, these women did not want to listen to what we were saying. For more than 50 years, they dismissed our perspectives. For more than 50 years. You can go on YouTube. Thank God for YouTube. Thank God for YouTube, because YouTube is a curator. YouTube is an archive. YouTube is an archive. You can go, if you do the right searches on YouTube, you can go through and find videos from 2010. You can find videos from 2008, 2007. You can find videos where you had Black women on major platforms on ABC, Black women on Steve Harvey show, Black women with Iyanla, Black women all over the place. You can find, there's a major archive of videos where Black women were adamant about not listening to Black men. They discounted our perspectives. They called us misogynist. They said that we were anti-woman. They belittled us. They treated us like we were children. They just completely shut many Black men down. And I'm one of those Black men. I come from that era. My brothers. I'm one of those Black men who comes from that era where we were shouted down. I'm not going to stop saying, I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying it. We were shouted down. They shouted us down. They shouted us down in the mid-90s, 1995. They shouted us down, okay? In 1999, they shouted us down, TLC and all the entire Scrubs era. They shouted us down in 2003 and 2005 with Beyonce and Destiny's Child, okay? And all the independent woman stuff and everything like that. All right. They shouted us down in 2005. They shouted us down in 2010. They shouted us down in 2012. They shouted us down decade after decade after decade after decade after decade after decade. And then the internet destroyed all of that. Well, it was already there, but the smartphone destroyed all of that. MySpace destroyed all of that. YouTube, once YouTube appeared around 2008, I believe. When YouTube came on the scene around 2008, YouTube destroyed all of that. And the blogs destroyed all of that. Because when the new technologies came on the scene, it impeded their ability to silence, to censor Black men. And there were Black men who remained adamant, even though you had the efforts to silence Black men in those years. You have Black men who remain adamant to put their voices out there, They fought against the fight. They were, some of them were in the fight for their lives. And fast forward, my brothers. Thank you, NJ Giant. Thank you, NJ Giant. And some of those brothers continued. They fought the good fight. And here we are in 2021. Everything is open. Everything has been democratized. Everything has been democratized. Everything has been democratized. Not only has everything been democratized, but there is huge distance, there is huge separation, there are huge gaps between the genders. There are huge gaps between the genders, and the gaps necessitate this type of conversation, this type of distance. They are too far. They are too far removed from us spatially. They are too far removed from us spatially to do anything. Too far removed. Black men have moved away from spaces. So that's why when you, here's the thing. When you go downtown, when you go out, and when you see the women, and when you watch the sisterhood, what do you see when you go out? What do you see, my brothers, when you go out, when you observe the sisterhood? You see bunches of women alone by themselves. You go to the restaurants, you go to the bars, they by themselves. I'm not the first one to talk about this. The brothers are not even checking for them. The brothers are doing their own thing. The black men are not approaching them. The men are not approaching them. The men are not approaching them. There was a huge wall of division. They're not as close to us as they once were. They're not as close to us spatially as they once were, which means that they no longer have legitimacy. They no longer have emotional, they no longer have spatial legitimacy because you're removed. If I live in North Carolina and you live in New York, and my life is able to function independently without you and apart from you, and I can be my own person and do everything, there's very little that you can say from New York City that's going to have any bearing on my life or on what I do. And not only that, all of those matriarchal forces have crumbled. All of those matriarchal forces have crumbled. Big Mama is dead. Mandia is dead. Mandia is dead. Mandia is gone. Mandia used to be a moral authority. Mandia is no longer a moral authority. No longer. Maxine Waters tried to exert that authority. Remember Maxine Waters? Maxine Waters tried to exert that authority during the 2020 election. Maxine Waters, a black woman, congressperson from California over the age of 80 years old, she was mad at the idea of black men not voting for Democratic presidential candidates, and she had no control over it. She was powerless against black men who decided to vote differently, not for Joe Biden. She was utterly powerless. And what I'm saying, brothers, is that the time has changed. Today we are living in a completely different day. They can't stop what we're saying. And they have to contend with our perspective. They have to contend with the perspectives that we have, our reflections on the last 50 years. So if April Mason, and if you're watching this, April Mason, if you really, really want to have a conversation with black men, if you think that you can be helpful to black men, your best bet is to absorb and to throw yourself into as much black manosphere material as you possibly can. If you really want to talk to black men, if you really want to know why You don't have a husband. Why? You don't have a man putting the ring on your finger, walking down the aisle at the age of 46. If you really want to know why, the answers are right here. Brothers, there's nothing else that she can say. We've heard it all before. We've heard everything that Black women have said. Black American women are not saying anything new. The ideas that when Black women talk about Black men, when you hear a Black woman talk negatively about a Black man, you're listening to someone who has not thought seriously about Black men. When you hear the women call you dusty, when you hear the women call you lame, when they call you corny, when they call you gay, when they say you don't build, when they lay out all these deficits that are supposed to be attached to your life, when you hear a woman talk like that, you are listening to a mindless individual, someone who has not done any self-reflection, no internal investigation. That's number one. And number two, they have not done any serious research on Black men and Black people in general. And it doesn't matter how old she is. She can be 20 years old, she can be 30 years old, she can be 60 years old. Her ideology has not changed, which means that she has utterly failed. Anyway, my brothers, I'm almost at the 90-minute mark. I'm almost at the 90-minute mark. I couldn't resist the temptation to come on here, guys. I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist it. I saw all this stuff with April Mason, man. I could not resist coming on here and talking about April Mason and Black men. We've heard it all before, brothers. She's not saying anything new. Yes, Christopher Clipper. You're right, Christopher Clipper. That's right. You're absolutely right. What did she say new? She doesn't say anything new. Not anything. That's why I told y'all in my last video. Listen, brothers, before I wrap, that's why I told y'all in my last video. I said, I don't want to have any conversation about male-female dynamics with these people. I told y'all, I said, I don't want to talk. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to drop the same name. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to Jamel Hill. I don't want to talk to Gabrielle Union. I don't want to talk to Carrie Champion. I don't want to talk to any of these people about Black men. I don't want to talk to what's her name? She was on Insecure. Y'all know the light-skinned Black woman from, I believe she has a Trinidadian background or whatever, or she might be from Barbados. Somebody know I'm talking about. She talks a lot of Amanda Seals. Y'all know Amanda Seals? Amanda Seals, brothers. Y'all know Amanda Seals, right? You look here. I don't want to talk to Amanda Seals about no Black man. I don't want to talk to Amanda Seals about no black man, black woman issues. Amanda Seals ain't got nothing to say to me. I don't want to hear her, no conversation. If I saw her walk into a room, I wouldn't say anything to her. I wouldn't even look at her. If I saw her walking down the street, I'd pay her no mind. I'd probably cross the street just to avoid her toxicity. That's real. She has nothing to say to me. And she has nothing to say to you, brothers. She ain't got nothing to say to us about black men. Thank you, Sandra Jean. Thank you for that super chat. I don't mind sisters coming in and being a part of our conversation, but the reality is that there's a lot of toxicity out there, and we've heard it all before, brothers. That's why you are warranted in rejecting all of it, brothers. We are warranted in rejecting it. So you got to laugh at people like April Mason because we've already been there, honey. We've heard our mamas, we've heard our sisters, we've heard all sorts of women in our lives. You're not going to say anything to us that we've never heard before. Anyway, good people, I'm glad that that you all were here with me tonight, and I'm enjoying these lives, man. And we're gonna keep this thing going. It's getting late. It's getting late. It's getting late, and I've enjoyed this, man. So, at any rate, I hope that you all have gotten some value from this live tonight. And again, Cash App. If you want to support this and this adds value to you, Cash App, $ BMI 3000, Cash App, $ BMI 3000, PayPal, Ronald B. Neal. I've got to check the super chats. Those of you all, if you have sent super chats already, my phone is not here, so I can't see what's going on. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you super chat people. You all, not super chats, but cash apps. But all you, I appreciate your super chat people too. Thank you for the super chats. We appreciate the super chats. All you folks who send cash apps, I appreciate you. And I realize also that some of you guys, you want to be anonymous. You don't want, your names out all over the place and everything. So I really understand it, guys. But at any rate, and I got to get some mods. So I'm gonna be looking for some of y'all to help me out moderating. I had some trolls the last time I was on the air, man, and we got to get a handle of all that. So we appreciate you. So you all enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and I will see you on the next live. Peace out, my brothers. BMI, BMA, and BME.